Hello internets! Yes, today is a more in-depth iPower clip as we promised earlier this week. You guys probably didn't think we were gonna make it. We didn't think we were gonna make it because it's already Saturday. Okay, so normally we make 2 iPower clips a week. One is a community update, the other is more in-depth, which is this one. We tried to do this one with the whole crew, but due to distance, time, and other issues, we can't always do that. So today it's just me and Reese.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself if you don't want to.
People know me.
Maybe you want to cut that out.
I'm an internet celebrity motherfucker.
Exactly. Okay, so yeah. Give me the camera.
Okay. Dean has this continuous iPower freak show running on his computer.
Yeah, by the way, there's currently 3 people watching us shoot the video, as you can see on webcam.
Yeah, one of them is just... He's not watching, he's just doing something very strange.
But he rocks. It's Alex from the iPower community.
Yes. Some of you schmucks have been doing video stuff on the site. Make a video reply, bitches, to our clips. We'll feature them, we'll talk about them. So like, what do you think about all this?
Exactly, yeah.
Money, business.
Dude, I mean, there's been people on iPower making all kinds of videos. From Tea Time, which I have nothing against, by the way, Tea Time rocks. Videos to parodies on YouTube partners and shit. Make video replies to the iPower videos. And I'm not mentioning any names, Cliff. But yeah, serious topic and stuff, yes.
Okay, what we wanted to discuss was actually something that came up when I was talking to Shawn on Skype. We were talking about money and, like, you know, people's values towards money. Shawn, like, does a lot of work fighting poverty in Bangladesh and spends, like, for the past few years, he spent, like, most of his time there. But he was talking about how when he came back to Canada, and he just arrived at the airport and saw the boutiques and the shops and just saw people spending money on like luxury items and stuff. It was like a culture shock in his head. It was like a clash, like a shortcut saying like no, this is wrong. And the reason why that seemed like an interesting thing to discuss was that if you think about what everyone does and, you know, just all the stuff you do in your life, if there's one thing that everyone does that has a long string of significant repercussions, it's how you spend your money.
We all have the insight that your money can be put to good use, and with, you know, if you do it in a disciplined way, if you know what you spend your money on, it can make a huge difference. But everything in this society kind of screams, you know, spend your money on whatever, have fun, you know, buy this, buy that, and it's very comfortable to just go along with that and not think too much about it, because that's pretty much what the flow is. You spend like a huge budget on certain things that you may not want to support just because you're not sure of you know, the underlying consequences that your spending of money has.
This whole cycle of money being used to, you know, fuck the world up instead of making it better, that cycle, you know, you can break it. You can actually have a very significant impact on that, because if you look at all the money you spend over years of time, that is a lot of money. That's a huge impact you have there. And what's even cooler is that with iPower, we are not just one person. We are even, I mean, we can share how we deal with that kind of stuff. Might even be a good idea to start a group around like how you spend money and kind of like inspire each other. Like, look, I used to buy this, but I'm not buying that shit anymore because of this. Or I'm actually supporting this company because they do the same kind of products, but they're actually quite ethical about it and stuff like that.
It's not always easy where to draw the line and see like which brand is evil, you know, where do I spend my money, because budget-wise I'm on a low budget, I'd like to buy bio food but I can't, etc, etc. So it's a very personal thing how you manage your budget and which brands you support, which products you buy.
Yeah, the reason why we thought it was a really good topic, because it's actually very much tied into self-development. Because as you put more thought into this, if you start, you know, being more proactive in something that is often more impulsive, and you start putting thought processes into all that, you're actually creating a much stronger identity. I mean, you're gonna start thinking a lot more about what do I support, where do I draw the line for me. How important is this to me? It raises a lot of questions, and as you create answers to these questions, you actually get a stronger identity, because when you talk to people, when you think about who you are, you'll have a stronger sense of like, no, like that's not who I am, this is who I am. I do not support this, I support that. That's because I thought about it and those are my values. So your actions will more accurately reflect thoughts that may have been fleeting and kind of not so solid in the past, but as you put more thought into how you spend your money and are more proactive with it, it actually becomes a part of self-development because it creates character, it creates boundaries and rules that you start to live by because you start to think more about certain things and create conclusions.
We're not talking about spending your money in a very specific way, we're talking about relating your values and your principles to how you spend your money. If you as a person are against animal abuse, for example, you might want to check the products you buy to see if they were tested on animals. Just a random example. If you don't care about that stuff, maybe you wouldn't mind and you would buy those products anyway, and that's your your take on this. It's all very personal. We're just saying that just being consistent with your principles and values, even in a financial way, can really strengthen your character because you're just a lot more in line with who you are.
There's often like news and complaints about how certain companies sell certain things that are harmful for consumers or that are unethical to do it that way and stuff. But in a perfect society where consumers are proactive people, those companies can't exist. I mean, they wouldn't really have an audience to sell it to because people would actually be very mindful of what they buy. So yeah, even you as just one person, I mean, those are still big amounts you're talking about when you look at it over time. But I always look at it like in like the way that it ripples through to other people. That's always what's the coolest thing to me, because I mean, you share this stuff with your friends, you talk about it, it ripples through in one way or the other. Sooner or later you'll have someone else doing that. I mean, if you are more proactive about something that as significant as how you spend your money, it will start rippling through, because as a person who's into self-development, you'll be sharing this, you'll be at least talking about it on iPower and stuff like that, and that's like the coolest thing. That's why we are doing iPower.
Yeah, we do it to people like this.
Okay, that was what we wanted to throw out there for now. We'll see you tomorrow.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
How will we see him tomorrow?
In the next clip.
Oh right, because we're slack. The clips are both in the weekend now. Forgot about that.